What's going on, everybody? Welcome to After Prison Show, and in this video I want to continue telling you some stories from some jobs that I had after coming home from prison. Now, I know I just did a video about jobs that I had after coming home from prison, but in that video I definitely didn't get a chance to tell you all of the jobs and stories that I really wanted to in that video. Being that it was a 30-minute video where we did spend a good majority of that time talking about that banquet serving job that I had. She said, I couldn't help but notice we were catching each other's eyes, and I just wanted to let you know. Here it comes! Go ahead and give it to old Joe, baby. Tell me what I done did to your heart already. I don't even know what your name is. She said I wanted to go ahead and let you know. I want to introduce you to my friend. Oh my God! Are we talking about a threesome on Christmas? Girl, we gonna make the naughty list. Yeah, I want to introduce you to my friend. He really likes you. Did you just say he really likes me? I gotta get back to work. Oh, Butler Joe. Now, real quick before we dive into this video, there's something I gotta say. You're probably noticing this red shirt that I'm wearing right here. There's a piece of electrical tape on this shirt. There's good reason for that as well, being as this shirt is very important to this video and one of the stories I'm gonna be telling you. And as much as I want to blast the company that's printed on this shirt, I'm kind of feeling like that might not be a good thing to do. So hence the fact there's a piece of electrical tape on my shirt covering up the company name. Moving on. As I begin this video and as I'm thinking of the stories that I'll be telling you here, you know, I realized that in the last video that I did about the jobs that I had after coming home from prison, I may have slightly contradicted myself. And what I mean by that is in the last video where I was talking about getting a job after coming home from prison and hoping that you find a good job, but realizing that in a lot of cases you may not be able to do that, and you may have to start with a job that you really don't like, a job that may not pay you as much as you would like to be paid, or a job for whatever other reason that you just cannot stand. And with all of that, I was saying how you may have to start with a job like that and just accept that job, work that job, all the while trying to find a better job. And though most all of the jobs that I had personally after I came home from prison were exactly verbatim, spot on, exactly like what I just mentioned, there was, however, this one job that I would actually end up quitting. Saying, F this job, I'm out of here. So yeah, that was not a job that I was just willing to accept and work all the while trying to find a better job. And that's why I say I may have slightly contradicted myself. But let's just be real here for a moment. No matter whether you've been to prison, not been to prison, no matter what your education is like, what your criminal history is like, I'm quite certain that every single person in the world, and I know there's gonna be somebody in the comments section who says, but Joe, I never did that. I never did that at all. It's not every single body in the world because I didn't do that. But I'm quite certain that every single damn person in this world has at least one time in their life quit a job. And by the way, to that one person or 1,000 persons who comments that they never quit a job in their life, kudos to you, okay? Kudos. Hats off. Congratulations. Do you want a cookie? So of course it's with mentioning all of this that the first job that I want to tell you about that I didn't get to mention in that last video deals with just that. A job that I absolutely couldn't stand, that wasn't paying me anything to begin with, that I was working after prison, that I ended up just saying, this job, I'm out of here. Yeah. 911, what is your emergency? Yeah, we got this crazy ex-con felon, son of a bitch guy just coming home from prison, flipping out inside of our establishment. We need to get the SWAT team here immediately. Send his ass back to prison. Airstrikes are en route to your location at this very moment. Thank you for calling. Have a nice day. But this job that I would end up quitting, I ended up getting this job right around the same time that I was working at the temp service. Here I go thinking that I'm gonna be able to work 2 jobs at the same damn time. I'm working 2 damn jobs after prison at the same time. I don't know what that was. And what exactly this job was I was hired at a very well-known pizza establishment. And I'm gonna go ahead and let you guys guess what the name of that pizza place was. And if you guess correctly down in the comments section, I'll let you know. But I really don't want to put on blast the name of this place either. So let's just say Joe was working in a pizza joint. Matter of fact, it's talking about this that makes me think about Touch 'em Two Times Tommy. Didn't he say something about working at a pizza joint?
You know, I can imagine if I was working in a pizza restaurant, there would be a lot of people that I would be in there wanting to touch more than one time. Not 3 times, but, you know, touch them 2 times, Tommy.
So yeah, I get hired at this pizza place. They're paying me $7.50 an hour.
Woohoo! $7.50 an hour! I'm about to go buy a Ferrari!
And not only are they paying me a whopping $7.50 an hour, I'm only working 2 days a week. And not only am I making $7.50 an hour and only working 2 days a week, I'm only working 4-hour shifts at that. Let's just go ahead and do some math real quick. $7.50 times 8 hours a week. Oh my God. I had no idea it was only going to be $60 a week that I would be making before taxes. Remember that, before taxes. So let's just go ahead and say the taxes, I don't know, taxes may take out about $10 from that whopping $60 paycheck, leaving me with a grand total of $50. I'm not even going to lie to you. With the fact that I was only making $7.50 an hour, only working 2 days a week for a grand total of 8 total hours a week, this job really didn't mean much to me at all. But even with that, I still tried. I tried. I probably worked at this place for about a week and a half, which probably only equals about 3 shifts at this pizza joint, and I tried. I had to swallow my pride for so many different reasons. So many different damn reasons. I had to swallow my pride because the guy that was in charge of me was like 19 years old. I'm a 32-year-old grown man who just did 7 years in prison, and I got a 19-year-old kid telling me, "Hey Joe, where the gut pepperoni pizza at? I'm trying, boss. I'm trying." Stop yelling at me. I wanted to kill this guy. I had to swallow my pride when customers complained about their pizza. "Why is the crust on my pizza burnt?" Because I ain't never cooked a pizza in an oven, motherfucker. I've been cooking pizza in the microwave for 7 years. 7 years! And there were probably a few other things that I had to swallow my pride about too. But those are just 2 pretty good examples that really stick out inside of my mind. Cody, we're going back to that pizza place after this video. We're gonna go find that 19-year-old punk motherfucker. This may be the very last video I ever shoot. I may be going back to jail today. But yeah, I had to swallow my pride for a lot of different reasons at this job. But where the breaking point actually came after only working at this job for about a week and a half is when I went to work this final day and this 19-year-old little punk-ass manager walked up to me and he said, "Excuse me, Joe, you're gonna need to go back home and shave all of that off of your face. This is a restaurant, this is the food industry. You can't be looking like a wolf man inside of a food industry establishment." Tell you what, you can take this little pizza making gig and you can shove it right up your cause I'm out of here. I quit! I'm done! I ain't taking no more of this bullshit. You're paying me nothing to start with. You ain't giving me no hours. I'm working 2 days a week and you're 19 years old telling me to go home and shave my face. I've been dealing with grooming compliance for 7 years. For 7 years, I've had CEOs in my face telling me I need to shave. And I'm gonna tell you one thing. I ain't gonna let no 19-year-old little punk motherfucker tell me I gotta go shave. I'm out of here. And that was the end of the pizza job. When I quit the job at the pizza place, I ended up working as much as I possibly could at the temp service. I was doing banquet serving work, I was doing construction gigs, where me and Wayne were going out doing these construction jobs, a bunch of like odds and ends, cleaning up construction jobs. Sometimes we would be directing traffic, holding up a stop and go sign. Stop! Stop, I'm holding the sign! For some reason, nobody really likes people standing in the road with the damn stop sign. I learned this the hard way many times. But there was this one job that came up pretty much out of the blue, and I will never forget this job for as long as I live. 1, I still have the damn t-shirt that they gave us from this job. 2, this was like 5 days before Black Friday 2015. I had only been home from prison now for like a month. 3, I had never before had a job remind me so much of being in prison than this job I'm about to tell you about right here. And 4, not only did me and everyone else who went along with me to this job end up getting fired, but one of the people who was with me almost ended up going to jail. And then throw in the fact that we could have all been killed on the ride home after getting fired from this job. It all started about 5 days before Black Friday. Again, I had only been home from prison for about a month now, and I'd been working as regularly as I possibly could through the temp service. But this one evening, this woman who worked at the temp service, she called me and she said, "Hey Joe, we've got this job that just came up pretty much out of the blue, and if you want, we can put you on this job. It's gonna be an overnight job out in Chesapeake." I'm living in Newport News, mind you. That's like an hour's ride away from where I'm living at the time. But the woman goes on to tell me, "We know you don't have a ride. We've got some other people who are going out to this job as well. You can ride with them. It's a cleanup job at a Walmart that had a small fire inside of it, and they're trying to hurry up and get this store cleaned up and reopened in time for Black Friday. And just a little incentive to throw in there as well, we're gonna pay you $9 an hour." And to be honest with you, when I heard this proposal, I was foaming at the mouth thinking about $9 an hour. It's absolutely ludicrous to me at this point, thinking back to that I was so excited about this job. But this was something different. I'm thinking, okay, we're gonna be going out here to clean up a Walmart. Like, how bad could this really be? It's probably not gonna be that bad at all. We're gonna be working inside. We're gonna be making $9 an hour. This really doesn't sound like a bad gig at all. And hell yes, I'm trying to go out there and clean up this Walmart. Let me go out there. We got 5 days till Black Friday. We need to hurry up and get this Walmart cleaned up so they can open it up so they can sell all these things for Christmas. The woman said okay, told me to be at the temp service to meet my ride at whatever time it was supposed to be. I think I had to meet them at like 5 o'clock. And I believe we were supposed to work from like 6 in the evening till 6 in the morning. I get to the temp service, I meet everyone else who's going out there with me. And it's like 6 people total who are going out to this Walmart riding in, I think, like a Ford Expedition or something. It was a pretty nice ride riding out. I'm sitting in the back of the Expedition like, yeah, $9 an hour. Christmas coming up. I ain't gonna be able to buy nobody nothing. And as we're riding out here, I'm thinking to myself, you know, there's only 6 of us going out here. To talk about cleaning up an entire Walmart potentially, that's gonna be a lot of work for 6 people to do. But it was once we got to the Walmart that I realized we certainly were not going to be the only people they had from a temp service out there helping to clean this place up. And in fact, as we pulled into the parking lot, I noticed there was so many people going inside of the Walmart. I mean, there was a ton of people. I also noticed while watching all of these people walking into this place that there was a cop sitting right out in front of the Walmart with his little blue lights going off the entire time. And I had no idea why that cop was sitting there. I'm thinking, well, maybe he's directing traffic or something. I mean, I didn't have any idea then. However, I soon would learn why that cop was there. We walk inside of the Walmart and I couldn't even have been prepared for how many temp workers I saw in there. There was probably like 150 temp workers inside of this Walmart. Everybody's walking around aimlessly, talking to their little groups and cliques. I mean, just walking into this Walmart and seeing all of these temp workers in here, a lot of these guys probably in the same situation as me, either just coming home from prison or on probation or have served time nonetheless. Hell, there were even people that I was seeing in there that I served time with. Hey, yo, Teddy boy, what you doing in here? I thought you were doing a life sentence, man. Me doing life? Fuck no. I told her like 10 people. I'm ready to clean up a Walmart now. Sounds about right. With all of these temp workers just walking around, the company that was hired to do this cleanup tried to gain order to this whole situation pretty quickly. And I'll never forget how they went about doing that with one of these big burly company men pretty much yelling out to everybody inside of that Walmart, "Listen up, motherfucker! I'm in charge here! This is my Walmart tonight! And you maggots is gonna be cleaning it up!" Is it just me or does he sound like a pretty nice guy? If you do anything wrong, if you touch anything inside of this Walmart, and if you do not walk inside the single file line that you're gonna be walking in tonight, that cop car sitting right outside is gonna be taking you to jail. I mean, in the back of my mind, I always knew that cop was there for us. He wasn't directing traffic. He was just waiting to take one of our sorry asses to jail. The company man told us that we would be assigned to groups. He told us that we were gonna walk in a single file line everywhere that we went, keep our hands down beside our sides as we were walking through the store. If we touched anything, we were going to jail. If we went anywhere we weren't supposed to, we were going to jail. We weren't to use the bathrooms inside of the store. However, out through the back, they had porta potties set up for us inside of this fenced-in location. We were not going to be going out through the front doors because those were going to be locked behind us. And during this 12-hour shift that we were here to work, we would receive one 30-minute lunch break where they were going to take care of lunch. The only good thing that they threw out there while screaming at us the entire time, telling us how all of this was going to play out. And they told us that during that 30-minute lunch break, we would receive $1 menu double cheeseburger as well as a small fry. I'm hungry just thinking about it. Again, we were put into groups and we began to clean up. And you know, real quick, just to mention this, with the fact that they're telling us we're gonna be locked inside of this place, we gotta keep our hands down by our sides anytime that we're walking, that we have to walk in a single file line, that we can only use the restroom when they tell us to, and where we're gonna be using the restroom is where they tell us to as well. And with the fact that they're gonna feed us when they're ready to feed us, what they're ready to feed us, again, I'm telling you, this job was exactly like being in prison. And I hadn't even started working this job yet. I mean, this was all just based on them telling us how this job was gonna be. But we're put into groups and we begin to work. And in the group that I'm in, I actually get to put on a harness, get inside of a scissor lift, and I get to drive all through the store, going up and down inside this scissor lift, taking out the tiles from the ceiling, handing them down to a guy who's putting them into trash bags. I mean, that was basically the extent of my job. Oh, and real quick, I probably should have mentioned this from the beginning, but while they were screaming at us, telling us how this was all gonna play out, they also gave us these shirts right here with the company name and logo on the back. And the reason they gave us these shirts wasn't to be friendly, wasn't to be nice, it was because they wanted to be able to clearly identify every single temp who was in that store that night. But even with the way this night would end up playing out, I mean, hell, at least I got this shirt right here with this nice little pocket in it. So again, in the group that I was working on, I was on a scissor lift, I'm taking tiles out of the ceiling, handing them down to a guy, he's putting them in a trash bag. It was a pretty easy gig. And even with the way the people were treating us inside of this store, I mean, I can't take away from the fact that there was nothing hard about this at all. But then came time for that lunch break that they were gonna give us. And when this lunch break came up, they told everybody by making another friendly announcement, "It's lunchtime, you mother..." Everybody! Stand in a single file line with the group that you're working in so we can count you. Did this guy just say that it was count time? Everybody who's wearing a red shirt just like me stops working, stands in a single file line, and these people go around with a clipboard checking everybody's name and making sure they're right there where they're supposed to be at. And as this is taking place, I will never forget turning and looking to the guy standing in the row right beside me and saying, "Damn, I just came home from prison less than a month ago. Why I feel like working this job? I'm still in prison. Count clear," as they would say in prison. I'm not sure they really said that. They probably said, "All right, we done." And then they went on to feed us our $1 single menu double cheeseburger and small fry. But it's while I'm eating my lunch that all of a sudden I hear this commotion. And when I look to see what the commotion is, I see this woman arguing with the company man because the company man is telling her that she just got caught coming out of that Walmart bathroom that they told us we weren't to use at all that night. And the entire time, this woman is going absolutely hysterical. "It wasn't me! It was somebody else! I'm being set up!" The company man's telling her, "It was you, I saw you, and you're now fired, so you need to get out of this store, let's go, I'm gonna unlock this front door, and you're leaving." I'm telling you, it wasn't me! It wasn't me! And then all of a sudden, the woman just takes off and runs to the back of the store to get what she says was a witness who can vouch for where she just was. When this woman takes off and runs, the company man goes out through the front doors, grabs the cop who's sitting in the cop car with his little blue lights going on and off the entire time that we've been in here working, grabs the cop, brings him inside, and says, "I want this woman arrested right now for trespassing." Now, if all of this isn't crazy enough, go ahead and add into this that this woman who is going hysterical, running through Walmart looking for her witness at this time, as the police are coming in to arrest her for trespassing on a job that she was just 2 seconds prior fired from. Add to that this woman who was doing this was one of those 6 people who I came out to this job with. And when one of the other women who was a part of that 6 that I came with sees that this company man is giving this other woman who came with us as well such a hard time, she immediately begins to argue with the company man as well. "Why you gonna act like that to that woman? You know she ain't but a woman. You a man. You should be a man. Why you treating that woman like that?" Company man looks at her and says, "Bitch, you fired too." And as all of this is playing out, I'm just sitting here watching this like, oh fuck, 2 of the 6 that came out with me already just got fired, one's about to get arrested, and the second woman who just got fired, she's the one who drove us all out here. So if she's fired and she's got to go, then that means the rest of us probably got to go too, or we ain't gonna have no ride. When the second woman gets fired, one of the guys who rode out with us becomes the hero, runs up to the company man like, "Hey, yo, you ain't gonna be treating them women like that, man. You a man. You need to be treating these ladies with a little bit of respect. You need to put some spec on it. You need to put some spec on it. Motherfucker, you fired too. Get out the goddamn store before I have you arrested as well." Well, I'll be damned. Half the people I rode out here with have been fired, one of which being the driver of the car that we all rode out here together in. So if these three are fired, I'm pretty sure they're all getting ready to leave. And if I'm gonna get a ride home, I gotta go too. And I gotta be honest with you, I really didn't want to have to leave when I did. You know, I was doing good. I had my own little scissor lift. I had my own little crew. It was me and another guy. We're just removing tiles. We got it easy. But damn, there goes my ride. And the 6 people I came with, 3 of them have already been fired. One of them's getting ready to go to jail. So as much as this sucks, I gotta go too. I walk up to the company man, taking my harness off, and I just say, here, man, thank you for the opportunity to work. And the guy looks at me kind of perplexed. He's like, why are you taking the harness off? You're not fired. They ain't got nothing to do with you. And I told him, I said, yeah, but you know, I rode with those people out here. They were my ride, and I have no other ride aside from them. So if they're leaving, I gotta go too. And you know, the company man, he just sat there for a minute, and I really truly felt like this was affecting him to some degree, because he sat there and he just thought about it for a quick second. And then he turned to me, he looked at me, and he said, well, then get the fuck out of here too! You're fired as well! Thank you again for the opportunity. Here's your harness back. I can keep the shirt though, right? As we were riding back, 6 of us went out there, 3 of us got fired, 1 almost went to jail, and all 6 of us were leaving, heading back home to Newport News. And as we were on that 1-hour car ride in the middle of the night, you've got these 2 women who are just bitching up a storm about how all of this played out. You've got the dudes in the car doing the same thing. I mean, with as much chaos that's taking place inside of this car, hell, this car ride home almost felt like prison. And with it being kind of cold outside, and with it being in the middle of the night, and the windows rolled up in this SUV, and everybody just talking up a hot breath storm inside of this car, the car windows completely fog up on the interstate. And the girl who's driving the car, I know she can't see anything out of that window. And the reason that I know she can't see anything out of that window is because I can't see anything out of that window. She actually tries to get on an exit ramp and almost just turns completely straight head on into a freaking concrete barrier. And I'm thinking to myself, as my life is flashing before my eyes from the back seat of this SUV, that this chick really needs to clear up this window a little bit. So I'm telling her, yo, you might want to get a napkin or a rag or something and clean off that window. She's still driving this SUV through a windshield that she can't see from. When she turns back to me, she's like, oh yeah, Joe, that's a good idea. Hits the brakes right there on the middle of the interstate, gets out of the SUV and starts wiping the outside of the windshield. We have just come to a complete stop on the middle of the interstate. This woman got out of her car to wipe the outside of the windshield, when the reason that this windshield is fogged up is on the inside. Hey, yo, it's on the inside. Get back in the car. We're on the interstate, girl. She gets back in the SUV, wipes off the inside of the windshield, almost looks as if it was a magic trick or something. Oh my God. I thought it was on the outside. When the fuck does your windshield ever fog up on the outside? Is that a thing? Does that actually happen? Somehow, miraculously, I made it back home in one piece. You know, I guess the moral to this video should be that sometimes things are just completely beyond your control. And with that, you just gotta kind of take things as they come and try to make the best of it. I don't know what good actually came from me getting fired from that job that night. I don't know what good came from me quitting that job at that pizza joint. But even still, sometimes you just gotta kind of take life on life's terms and try to make the best of it moving forward. Hey, look, that's it. I hope that you enjoyed this video, and if you did so, please leave a like and a comment letting me know exactly what you thought about it. As always, until next time, enjoy life, the free world, never take a moment for granted, and make the most of every day. Peace!